welcome to this edition of Stream On. I'm Jim Williams, your host, and we're going to take a look at Super Bowl 55. It happens on Sunday. Kickoff is approximately 6:30-ish. As we all know, sometimes it doesn't quite get off on time. CBS has got the game coverage, and our dear friend Jim Nance and Tony Romo will be handling the call of the game. But as you all know, during this entire week, there's been a lot leading up. Now, during this week when I was co-hosting Barry Edwards' show on WHBO in Tampa, there were only about 20 radio stations on Radio Row, and due to COVID-19, we all know that there's all types of restrictions going on. At the Tampa Convention Center, normally there would have been 250 radio stations, and again, less than 25 or so were there. And early in the week, I think we counted 9, so it picked up a little bit toward the end of the week, but certainly not anywhere near the kind of coverage that normally you would get. Also of interest is the fact that the broadcasters, Jim Nance, got into town on Friday night, and Tony Romo on Saturday. So, the Chiefs just landed in Tampa. This is being broadcast on Saturday. And it's not a normal Super Bowl, to say the least. There's only going to be 22,000 people in the building, and 7,500 of them are first responders. They're people who have been out there battling COVID-19 for us, the doctors, nurses, as well as EMTs and sanitation staff that have taken care of keeping things clean. So we're happy to have them in the building. Now, what does that mean, though? Well, it means that likely CBS is going to break some serious records from the potential of having the most highly watched Super Bowl in history. And they're certainly going to break the streaming record because this is going to be a bowl which, as we know, each year more and more people are turning to the streaming services. And this is not going to be any different. You're going to be able to watch it on CBSSports.com. Okay, that's for free, CBSSports.com. Download the CBS Sports app. You can watch it on that on your phone, on your tablet. And, of course, if you happen to be a subscriber, as I am, to CBS All Access, well, then you're going to have plenty to stay in touch with and to see on Super Bowl Sunday. And don't forget CBS HQ, because they're going to be starting their coverage of Super Bowl. They've been doing it all week, but they're going to be able to start that coverage right about 7:30, 8 o'clock on Sunday morning. So you're going to have all kinds of Super Bowl coverage from CBS starting early in the morning on Sunday, okay? Now, to tell us about what's going on, we got Jeff Gerttula. He's the Executive Vice President and General Manager of CBS Sports Digital. And Jeff is one of our buddies. He has been with us before, as you probably know. And Jeff, I got to say, it's going to be an exciting weekend for you. A busy one, I'm sure. Let's talk a bit about what you guys have planned for your coverage of Super Bowl 55 here in Tampa under less than ideal conditions.
Yeah, they all do. Every one of them's a challenge because it's so much bigger than the previous one that you had.
For sure.
So it's just in of itself, it's like you're pushing the boundaries of what's been done
right
with live streaming, right? Every time it's like you have to, what you did before is fundamentally different. Like last Super Bowl was the first time we expected significant OTT consumption, right? So all of a sudden it was TV devices, right? It was like before it was mobile and desktop. You know, it's it doesn't take up. It's heavier to stream on TV, right?
Yeah.
So it changed it significantly, and now it's we got triple digit growth in all our streaming services. So year over year. So it's just every time what you did before, you hopefully don't have to throw all of it out, but you definitely have to throw big chunks of it out, and you have to prepare for something that you've never done before, and all the contingencies that come with it.
Right. Well, I know that as a one of the charter subscribers to CBS All Access and a big fan, I will actually be watching the game on CBS All Access this time, and looking forward to it. I think what you guys do on the streaming service, and by the way, kudos to you guys for both CBSN and CBS Sports HQ. I honestly think those are two of the best services, streaming wise on the planet.
Well, thanks for that. And Christy Tanner and that crew there is they crush with CBSN, and for us, we're always trying to keep up with them. CBS Sports HQ side, right? They're like the big brother, big sister to us. They launched first, and we learned from them, and now we're trying to figure out our own path with the Sports HQ stream, and I'll tell you, it's a lot of fun too. I mean, we always trying to. It's a real nice place to innovate, to experiment, try new things. We've been really fortunate with the talent that we found. I mean, the anchor crew that we have is I think outstanding, and we're just trying to do things different, and it's a lot of fun, and it's been I like it as a fan, which is always fun when you make something that you like to consume, and then the numbers have been for us out of this world for the last year. It's just growing as you have more people look into their TV devices and looking for more streaming options. It's just been the perfect timing.
Okay, well, let's talk about that. What are we going to be looking forward to this weekend on CBS on the streaming side?
So it's been all week. So we've been in Tampa since Monday, and we've had a really great list of NFL stars going on the show, which has been a lot of fun. We've had right now Aaron Jones is on CBS Sports HQ, running back for the Packers. So we've had really solid group of guests. But for us, it comes down to it. This is the mission for CBS Sports HQ is we really try to focus in on analyzing the game and providing insights around who's going to win and why, and the different props, and kind of with that edge towards people who may be placing bets, or people who are just really passionate about their teams and want to have it broken down a number of different ways. So we're having our analysts. We're going to have our sports line shows where they'll go on and break it down from the gambler's perspective. We're going to have our fantasy football crew going in and weighing in on player props and what to expect from Mahomes and Tyreek Hill, and are they going to run it, or is it going to be a typical passing game? And really just trying to break it down so that super fan is just overserved, and that's what we're going to do. And then on Sunday, we're going to be it's going to turn up a little bit, right? We're going to have we're going to be coming in hot and heavy with you're right. We're going to be breaking down the game from every angle. But with the spirit of CBS Sports HQ, it's still always done with this air of, there's been really good basketball games going on. So we're showing the NBA highlights, and we're bringing people, there's been great college basketball upsets this week. We're bringing them that complete kind of view for the U.S. sports fan, where we know that the main course this week is the Super Bowl. That's us, but we're delivering the whole thing, right? NHL games are going on. We've got soccer matches. So we're bringing people, the analysis of everything, but coming back to it. Yeah, totally.
So who's got the are you going to have a specific pregame show, or how's that planning coming about?
Yeah, we're starting early, and it's going to be, we're going to have, like I said, pretty much wall-to-wall coverage of the Super Bowl from, I think, the moment any reasonable person is going to wake up on Sunday. And we're going to be from Tampa. We're going to have a bunch of guests, a bunch of surprise guests, and we're going to be making picks. I think Sunday tends to be the day where everyone releases their official picks, right? We like to save that, save the big reveal on Sunday. So everyone will be coming out with their picks and talking about why, and just really starting to kind of set the table for the day. And then obviously at 2 p.m. it goes really to the broadcast, and that's 2 p.m. That's when it goes. That's when All Access and All Access will be coming out. The All Access will go to the CBS show. Our CBSSports.com and CBS Sports apps will also have that. That'll become the main featured programming, and then HQ at that point is going to assume a bit more of it'll have more of kind of a gambling edge to it, where it'll cover kind of if the line's moving, last bets, but doing that along with the highlights from other sports from the previous night.
Right. And then you'll have a post-game situation as well?
Yeah, same thing coming out. We're going to, we'll be covering it. We'll be showing the highlights, breaking it down, walking people through what happened and showing the reactions on the field and the press conferences. So yeah, no, it'll be a great place for fans to go after the game, and we'll have our crew all breaking it down deep into the night.
Yeah. How many people do you have in Tampa?
How many people do we have at the game?
In Tampa, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know the exact number.
You don't have to give me a.
Yeah. I'm thinking I think it's around. It's more than a dozen, less than 20. I think it's in that range.
Okay.
We collaborate closely with CBS Sports, and
sure.
We are CBS Sports, right? So the digital side and the TV side work closely together, and increasingly, and we work with the operations team on the ground for a lot of our setups. So, especially given the pandemic and everything, we try to keep our footprint light. Typically, we send, typically we got a pretty big army. This time we've got, core talent, core producers, and we're leaning on a lot of the CBS Sports television infrastructure where we can, just keeping it lean. I'm not there too. I'm 2.5 hour drive away, and I'm not going. So we're trying to, try to set example. I live in Delray Beach. We have our CBS Sports digital headquarters.
Oh yeah, you guys are in Lauderdale, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'm originally from Tampa, so I know exactly where you guys used to have the digital. Well, I guess now you still have the digital aspect of it.
Yeah, it's probably like a quarter mile up the road from where it was in 1997. So it hasn't gone very far. Yeah, since it started. Are you a Bucs fan then? You got
actually
get a horse in this race?
Actually, what happened is my first job, which was at WTOG in Tampa, St. Petersburg, was the Bucs reporter on the John McKay show. So I actually was involved with both the radio and the television network from the first year on. So I was there for the 1976 Bucs through the 1980 Bucs, which included the 79 team, which lost 9-0 to the Rams in the playoff game, which Vince Ferragamo and Doug Williams were the quarterbacks. And the game was actually done by Pat Summerall and Tom Brookshire.
Oh boy. That's 9-0.
Sunshine Boys. Yeah, I was 24 years old, but it was a trip, and John McKay himself was quite the. The funny thing is, you had Ray Malavasi, who was the coach of the Rams, who, I mean, he was like dry, nice guy, but certainly he had very little in the way of personality. And McKay had the opportunity. I mean, McKay had been on Carson and all this other stuff, so he knew the shtick. And Brookshire and Summerall, who enjoyed nightlife, I think is a fair way of putting it, were sitting in the back of the room, basically just sitting there. I'm not sure that they were even conscious at the moment. But when he came in to do his press conference, he looks back there and he goes, Brookshire and Summerall. He goes, this must be a big game. And so he just held court for about 20 minutes, had everybody laughing, and left. But yeah, it's I as a kid I went to Super Bowl II with my father was head of marketing for Ford in Florida. Good. So I attended most of the Miami Super Bowls all the way, into 10, 12, 14, all that routine. So, yeah, I've been to more than, 21 to be exact.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Wow. Super Bowl
either covering them or in the first 3 or 4 as a kid attending them.
Man.
You want to know the face value of the ticket in the second Super Bowl?
I would imagine it's probably got to be shockingly low, but I got to
$15.
Wow, that's great.
At the Orange Bowl.
I bet you they didn't have much of a halftime show, I'd imagine, too, right?
No, they actually had a band. It was like they had the Florida A&M marching band. So no, they didn't start doing halftime. I mean, literally, I think the third Super Bowl was in third Super Bowl was Super Bowl III was in Miami. I think they had Up With People, which was like an inspirational group of Americana. So it really wasn't.
Come a long way.
Yeah, well, Super Bowl IV was Al Hurt, in New Orleans. And then, Super Bowl V was back in Miami. So, I mean, I don't think they actually got to the, what we know as a halftime show until the 90s, when they had Madonna and folks like that. But that's when they went corporate with the halftime. Remember, up until that point, the league was in charge of halftime. And then the league decided that there were enough corporate sponsors who wanted to take it on. And so then they got themselves a corporate deal, in which case the halftime is it's a totally separately produced entity unto itself.
Well, you've seen quite a bit of change in Super Bowls. Then you've been to that many.
The one quick, really fun story. There used to be a guy by the name of Sam Skinner. If you ever read Terry O'Neill's book about the Up Close and Personal, which I highly recommend, it's about about how Roone Arledge and the whole routine about ABC. They talk about Sam Skinner in there. Well, Sam used to give out it was $50 for the best opening graph of a story, and in the Super Bowl. Remember the Super Bowl? I think it was in '85 when the Bears played the Denver Broncos in the Super Bowl. The one with Refrigerator Perry, where he scored a touchdown.
That was against the Patriots. That was against the Patriots.
Against
the Patriots.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that was my 10-year-old kind of heartbreak Super Bowl. I was a Pats fan, so that was like.
Well, there you go.
That image is burned in my brain. But yeah, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, no, that's all right. So there was, that was the kind of, the whole thing was about the fact that you had one of the greatest running backs of all time, Walter Payton, who didn't get a touchdown, but Refrigerator Perry did. So that's just the way.
Pretty sure Payton could have had one in that game if he wanted to. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, if they, I don't know, the Patriots weren't that bad. Was that Grogan was your quarterback then?
No, it was Eason. That was Tony Eason.
Oh,
it was,
Tony Eason, right? Yeah.
Yeah. That was. They weren't bad. I mean, they made the Super Bowl.
Well, no, they made the Super Bowl, so they couldn't have been bad.
They certainly weren't the match for that Bears team. I mean, right? It was supposed to be the Dolphins against the Bears again. The rematch of the game the Dolphins won, but we squished the fish, as they say.
So, from your standpoint, I mean, you've got the digital side and what you're doing with the streaming and all that. What, as you get looking here toward Tampa and Sunday, to you, what's going to be the most enjoyable, fun part of it?
Well, probably
It doesn't have to
the
be one
drink
thing.
I
It can
have.
be a couple of things.
It'll be the drink I have after the game.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, fair enough.
I'll tell you, it's because for us, right? It's about this moment of, like I said, us just having an incredibly challenging technical achievement to produce the Super Bowl stream.
For sure.
And and God willing, we do it, and the stream it looks good, and the latency is low, and it's humming right afterwards. That's when I'll feel good. It's a relief to get to the other side. In the moment, it's fun, but it's fun in a way where you're like on a giant roller coaster, and there's going to be things that are going to happen in our mission control that I'm sure will have my heart in my throat, at various points of the day. But
it wouldn't be a live broadcast if it didn't.
Right? Yeah. No. Absolutely. But then afterwards, the hope is always that those things were all in mission control and they were putting out fires that nobody saw. And like I said, then you relax that night and look back on a job well done, and then watch the highlights of the game that you probably didn't actually really watch much of because you were trying to keep it all on the rails. Yeah, totally.
What about I assume that this will probably be the largest streaming audience ever to watch a Super Bowl.
Yeah, I mean, if we get the game, yeah, absolutely. And I think every Super Bowl stream since they started has been the biggest domestic streaming event of all time. And then the next time that the record set is the following Super Bowl.
Sure.
You just need the game to cooperate, right? I think if it's a good game in the second half, it happens, and then and the only situation where it doesn't is if somehow people start changing the channel because the game's been decided at the half. We haven't had many of those lately, fortunately.
No, fortunately we've been lucky in that.
Yeah. Just we need Tom to give us at least one good half and keep it close because
I think he's capable.
Mahomes doesn't mess around. Mahomes doesn't miss. So it's he's going to have to come out firing.
I think as a Bucs fan, I'm praying that it rains a lot because that'll keep Tyreek Hill from being able to run like a maniac.
And all of them, they're all so fast. All of them.
Oh my God!
So
yeah,
good.
they got they both sides have got weapons in that regard. So it'll be fun. I'm sure it'll be fun. Okay, shameless plug time. Get in all the key points that you want to get in. It's yours, my friend. Shameless plug. Give it all up.
Yeah. So
CBS HQ
access. Well, this is it. Access the Super Bowl stream on any connected device, and you can do it two ways. You can do it through your CBS All Access subscription. So you're the charter member. I hope you got the T-shirt or the sweatshirt or wherever they're giving charter members.
Yes, I do.
So that's there you go. So we'll get so that's one way to watch it. And the other way you can watch it is it's also available free, unauthenticated on CBSSports.com and the CBS Sports apps. So whoever you are, however you want to watch it digitally, we've got you covered. Go check it out. It's going to be, like I said, we've invested a lot to decrease the latency. So I think we're going to be much closer to broadcast than these streams have been in the past, and it's going to look good and it's going to run smooth. And then right after the game, tune into CBS Sports HQ. We'll have all the highlights. We'll have analysis from our NFL crew, knowledgeable and funny. It's a good time. come join us there, and that's running every day. So if you're a big sports fan, you can tune in anytime you want to get the latest sports news and highlights.
Special thanks to our special guest, Jeff Gerttula, the Executive Vice President and General Manager of CBS Sports Digital. Be sure to follow all the action on their platforms at cbssports.com, the CBS Sports app, and, of course, CBS HQ. All of that is going to give you all the coverage you could possibly need both before, during, and after the Super Bowl on Sunday. Okay, so be sure to check it in. All the information on Jeff and what he's got going is in our show box below. We will be back with some closing thoughts right after this from the Bronco, the 2021 Ford Bronco.
This country has a strange relationship with the wild. As much as we talk about it, and paint paintings of it, and sing songs about how we're destined to be it, we seem to spend every waking hour in places that keep us away from it. So to get back to the wild, we need something built for it. Something that acts like it's been out here before. Because it has. Introducing the return of a legend. The all-new Bronco 2-door. The first ever Bronco 4-door. And the adventure-ready Bronco Sport. Built to get you to all those places you normally only see in nature documentaries. Built for capability. For adventure. For enjoying the open air, on the open road, in the parts of the world without posted speed limits. Because if something is going to be called a Bronco, it better be able to live up to that name. Meet the future of off-roading. The all-new Bronco family.
Welcome back, everybody. Now, if you're not one of the over 50,000 people who've taken the time to join our podcast family, well, first of all, shame on you. Second of all, we make it simple. It's free. Pick us up at the Apple Podcast Store. You can find us at Google Play. You can find us at, of course, Spreaker, Stitcher, Spotify, along with iHeartRadio, TuneIn Radio, Amazon Music, and many other platforms. If you have a smart speaker at home, just say, hey, please play the latest edition of Stream On with Jim Williams, and guess what? It'll do it for you. Okay? Now, for some reason, you still can't find us. Pull out the old Google machine, type in Stream On with Jim Williams, hit the favorite button or the like button, and guess what? You get a new edition of the podcast sent directly to your phone, your tablet, or to both. Weekly, all right? So we try to make it simple. Please go out there and subscribe today. We would greatly appreciate it. Okay. As we said before, CBS will have the Super Bowl covered. Now, if you want to stream it, you can do it on a number of different ways. One, first of all, you can go on your laptop and watch it at cbssports.com. You can stream it on your CBS Sports app. You can, if you have an CBS All Access subscription, you can do that as well. I strongly suggest, if you don't have a subscription, take the 7-day free trial with CBS All Access. Watch the game and take a chance at looking at some of the wonderful other programming that's on the on CBS All Access. It's definitely worth the cash, and it's worth an opportunity to take a look at it. You can also, depending upon where you live, and check this out, it'll be in the show box below, check out Locast. It's called Locast, LOCAST.org, and they supply you with your local channels, and they do so free of charge, but you can make a donation for only $5 a month, and it's worth it because they give you all of your local stations, and you can watch them in HD. The quality is good. I've tried it myself, and it's outstanding. So if you don't have access to CBS over the air, once again, all those streaming information we gave you about how you can watch the game, the pregame shows, and all that stuff will be in the show box below, okay? Special thanks to our guest, Jeff Gerttula, the Executive Vice President and General Manager of CBS Sports Digital. His team's going to be busy. By all means, got to check out CBS HQ. That's CBS HQ, both before the game and after the game. They do an outstanding job of covering not just, football, but all sports. So CBS Sports HQ, that's going to be a must, all right? Well, no matter whether you're a fan of the Kansas City Chiefs or the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, we hope that you have a safe and enjoyable weekend, that when you sit down to watch the game, that you're doing so with family. Don't have any big crazy parties. We want you to be around for the next Super Bowl, okay? So enjoy your weekend. We're certainly going to do our best. Special thanks to our entire team here at Stream On with Jim Williams for putting the show together. We will see you next week. Have fun watching Super Bowl this week on CBS. Until next time, be well, take care.